You were the Armstrong chauffeur, weren't you?
You were the Armstrong chauffeur, were you not?
Since you know, why ask me?
Why did you lie to me?
Lie? Lie? I did not lie. I was not Frank.
He was Tonio.
Why?
I do not trust the Yugoslavian police. They do not like Italians. They would not have given me justice.
Don't you think you should come clean, monsieur?
Don't you think you should come clean, monsieur?
It is true. I have not been frank with you. The word frank, it is odd, no? It is a man's name, but I think it is correct here. I am not frank. Sometimes, you know, a motor car may not be perfect, but you must make a sale. So you are not frank.
Tell me about Daisy Armstrong.
Tell me about Daisy Armstrong.
That little one. Ah, she was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. They all did. She would sit in the car and pretend to hold the wheel. Ah, such a beautiful little one.
Have you been frank about your movements last night?
Have you been frank about your movements last night?
I had nothing to do with that business. It was not I who killed that pig Ratchet. You cannot prove anything against me.
Good day, monsieur.
And good luck with your game. You don't seem to be doing much with it.
Well, had a good rummage through my kit, I expect?
Yes, thank you. There is still some information I think you might be able to give us.
Indeed? I hardly think so.
Is this pipe cleaner one of yours? No. Ah. You're the only passenger aboard this train who smokes a pipe.
You are the only passenger aboard this train who smokes a pipe.
How extraordinarily fascinating.
Can you tell me how this pipe cleaner came to be in Monsieur Ratchet's compartment?
Can you tell me how the pipe cleaner came to be in Monsieur Ratchet's compartment?
Haven't a clue.
Did you go into the compartment yourself?
Did you go into Monsieur Ratchet's compartment at any time?
I've never even spoken to the man.
You never spoke to him, and you did not murder him.
I think he means that one.
If I had, I should hardly be likely to acquaint you with the fact.
Ah, well, it is of no consequence.
Oh?
Monsieur Poirot has told me he can think of 11 excellent explanations of its presence. Not now, when it's all over, when it's behind us.
Is that a quote?
Mademoiselle Debenham said those words to you at Sakeki Station in Istanbul. Tell me to what those words referred.
Why don't you ask Miss Debenham?
I will.
I will.
You have nothing whatever against her.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. We know that Mademoiselle Debenham was governess in the Armstrong household at the time Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped.
The devil, you say?
Then why did she say she'd never been to America? Do we know these things? Sure, these things are just things we're pulling out of nowhere. Maybe it's because I'm doing things out of order.
Why did Mademoiselle Debenham tell me she had never been to America?
You better ask her. I still think you are wrong.
But if she's innocent, why did she conceal it?
If Mademoiselle Debenham is innocent, why did she conceal the fact?
I have no idea, but your suspicions are utter rot. You're making a serious mistake.
I think it is you, Colonel, who have made the mistake.
Hello again.
Monsieur McQueen,
I love how you say my name.
will you be serious?
I am serious. Sorry. I'd better be careful. I've realized I'm definitely the most suspicious character on the train. All you have to do is find a will in which the old man left me all his money, and that'll just about clinch it.
Is there a will?
Is there a will?
Not that I know of. He'd never leave me a cent, really. I was just useful to him. Languages and so on. I'm no linguist, but I can get by in German and Italian and French.
You told me you knew Sonia Armstrong.
You told me you knew Sonia Armstrong.
Yes, I did. My dad was the district attorney on the case. So yes, well, I was just a kid, of course, a teenager. Schoolboy crush, I suppose, and all that.
In theory, this is true. The murder may not have had anything to do with the Armstrong case at all.
It occurs to me that in spite of everything, the murder may not have to do with the Armstrong case at all.
Oh? I thought that must be pretty settled.
We have much evidence pointing to the existence of an outsider aboard the train. One who disguises himself, uses a stiletto to kill, then vanishes into the snow. What do you think?
It's certainly a possibility, but in that case, it'll be hard to catch now. He's had quite a head start.
Or he could be out there frozen in a snowdrift or lying broken at the bottom of a rocky ravine. The body may never be found until the spring thaw.
Well, that conjures up an unpleasantly graphic image. You seem to really enjoy this stuff.
I enjoy the investigation, monsieur. I certainly do not enjoy the fact that a man has died.
No, of course not. Say, I was just wondering. I mean, I have no plans to return to the States right away. I may find myself back in Istanbul. I was wondering if you might consider having dinner with me some night.
And if you're in a Yugoslavian prison, I might consider it, if you promise to relax.
I might consider it if you promise to relax.
Relax? Sure, you bet. You will. Say, that's swell.
It's a good part of the routine. What says Poirot? Does he have any more information?
Ah, your return. So is there more to report to me, mademoiselle?
It occurs to me in spite of everything that the murder may not have to do with the Armstrong case at all. We have much evidence pointing to the existence of an outsider aboard the train.
Okay, what she's just said.
What do you think? Or he could be out there in a frozen snowdrift or lying broken at the bottom of a rocky ravine. The body may never be found until the spring thaw. I enjoy the investigation, monsieur. I certainly do not enjoy the fact that a man's been killed.
And that is everything I have discovered so far.
We progress, mademoiselle. Let us see what we can learn.
Okay, Mary Debenham's handkerchief does not match the one found next door.
Mary Debenham's handkerchief does not match the one found next door.
Or her
No,
initials.
despite the middle name of Hermione beginning with an R, I did not think that the expensive handkerchief would belong to her. No, the handkerchief of Mademoiselle Debenham is precisely the type one might expect to find in the luggage of a young Englishwoman of her class.
But the handkerchief does belong to the princess.
The handkerchief with the H belongs to the princess.
I confess I should have remembered that in the Cyrillic alphabet, Arch is written as N. And she has a strong motive to want Ratchet dead. But are we meant to believe that this elderly woman prances about in the scarlet silk kimono? Or could strike with such ferocity?
Yeah, Schmidt is accustomed to cooking for her employers.
Schmidt is accustomed to cooking for her employers, as we suspected.
And her mistake in how long she has been in the employ of the princess is remarkable. A difference 1/3 less than her mistress claims. 10 years. We must look deeper into this. What course do you suggest?
Ask the Countess the name of the Armstrong cook. Okay, radio to Barnaby.
I will radio to Barnaby.
A wise decision, I think.
Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
It was a deduction most simple.
And Masterman was the valet.
Masterman was Colonel Armstrong's valet.
And his Batman during the war.
The nursemaid, Suzanne, who threw herself to death, was apparently French.
The nursemaid Suzanne, who threw herself to her death, was French.
Wait, to know her full name might be instructive.
The Armstrong nurse was called Neudaughter.
The Armstrong nurse was named New Daughter.
An odd name, that. What nationality do you think?
Slavic or Scandinavian?
Well, perhaps. I think that the Countess has the most fanciful mind and is quite adept at the word games. She is playing them now. Neudaughter sounds, I think, only by coincidence, vaguely Scandinavian. Olsen is, of course, authentic Scandinavian.
New Daughter. New Daughter. Olsen. Old Son.
It is not yet fact, but it is worth pursuing.
Where is she, actually? Helena Gilbert's governess, apparently, was Freebody.
Helena Gilbert's governess was an old hag named Freebody.
What an unfortunate name for an old hag is Freebody. It is more apt a name for the generation of flippers.
Flappers. The fast young women were called flappers in America. Thank goodness skirts are finally lengthening again.
As you say. I wonder if during your time at university in England you had occasion to patronize the clothing shops for the fashionable woman in London.
No, Monsieur Poirot, not on a student's budget.
There is such a shop near my own tailor called Debenham and Freebody, and the description the Countess gives to you is as far from the attractive young woman Mary Debenham as one could hope to get.
Countess claimed to recognize no one on board, though.
The Countess recognized no one on the train.
Including Madame la Princesse, her sister's godmother. Monsieur McQueen she may also have seen, but he has grown much, of course, and the appearance changes. But a woman of the advanced years of the princess does not change so much, I think. No, I find this lack of recognition the most damning point against the Countess in all of her evasions and lies. So you see now why the Countess's failure to recognize anyone grows beyond suspicious.
Perhaps she is nearsighted. If she were the second murderer in Ratchet's room last night, that might explain why she didn't notice he was already dead.
You know, at times you remind me so of my good friend Hastings. Merci, mademoiselle. Unfortunately, the report, it is not yet complete. We are now armed with much more additional knowledge than before. Continue the investigation, and do not be afraid to go over the ground you have already covered.
Yes, so we are going to have to go back and talk to a variety of people now, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a fiddle with this radio. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. No. Where are the... I've been saying porters, but attendants. They've vanished. Right, let's think how to deal with this. So, I think we want... Will this work with either of these? No. Copper wire, maybe? No. I want to use the nails for this. Like, if it... This is the thing, is
Those don't work together.
I'm thinking going along the lines of electrolysis, but that's not going to work, because I'd still need some power going into it. Maybe I use these?
This doesn't seem to...
Can I just pour it into the bowl? Is that too much to ask?
I can't get them to fit.
Interesting.
There's no power.
I need some electricity.
I enjoy winter, but only when I can look out at it from the comfort of a room with a fire crackling in the fireplace.
Actually, couldn't I? Let's actually go back to the locomotive.
I don't think he...
Not in the mood. Okay. Okay. We get.
There's nothing I...
Nothing you can do from now. I've already picked up everything I can. Isn't there something about this that we can look at? Conducive for something. I don't know what though is the problem. Conducive. Is that a play on conductive? But we still need a power source is the issue. Back to the baggage cart, see if there's anything in here we can...
This crate looks like it was once secured with a padlock. It's empty now. These items...
Nothing good there. This is not going to have changed. I still can't get in here now.
This seems to be a...
Yes, it's still locked. Makes sense. I think I've kind of looted everything I can. Electricity.
Such a crap.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you. Oh, I do see you. Right.
Ah, dear young miss, I would like to say that despite all the calamity, I have enjoyed sharing my compartment.
Thank you, Greta. But I'm afraid I must ask you some more questions.
Yeah, I am thinking you must. Our gracious Father, who art in heaven, guides your hand, I think. So, I am content.
I found a postcard in your suitcase.
My one keepsake from that time. It is a silly thing, but I hold it dear.
On the back, you write that Helena rode on the roller coaster.
On the back of the postcard, you write that Helena rode on the roller coaster.
Helena Gilbert, Mrs. Armstrong's young sister, only 10 years of age, but so brave. I am not so brave.
And Coney Island is in America, is it
Coney
not?
Island is in America.
Yeah, of course. It is on the Long Island of New York, in the country of America. I lied to you when I said I had never been there. May God forgive me.
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse, were you not?
It is true. It is true. She was an angel, a sweet, trusting angel. She knew nothing but kindness and love. And she was took away by that wicked, wicked man. And her poor mother, and the other little one who never lived at all. I was to be that little child's nurse, too. I ought to have told you, but I was afraid. I did so rejoice that that evil man was dead, that he could not any more kill the little children.
Right. Power. I don't want to be talking to more people until I get more power. Until I get power. Can I break that up?
Some things once done.
What's done cannot be undone. Right, so I need power. I don't think there's any way of actually creating power, is there? Can I create electricity from anything here? Is there anything else in that room? Okay, no.
I wouldn't want...
Wouldn't want to get caught outside. No, neither would I. Need power. So, I've got the second passkey. Yeah, so he took the... I don't know. It's the wooden handle that's intriguing me with this.
I'm on the right track, but I think I need to do something else first.
Right. The conducive conductive thing was in my head. But I don't know what to do with it.